and that Witch Doctor. Well, for the side naman ng Entity Esports, it's that Rubik, Magnus, Tuskar, and the Ember Spirit. So, interesting picks dito coming out from Entity Esports. Sa totoo lang, medyo matagal ko nang hindi nakikita si Tuskar sa isang competitive game. Pero ngayon mukhang nagbabalik sila dito at napakaganda ng gagawin nila dito. Especially with that Magnus Rev Paul. Well, hindi siya kailangan. Well, it can actually be a hard initiation, a way to engage na medyo matindi-tindi dito for the side of Entity Esports. Pero Clutch Gamers dito, getting that Keeper of the Light, they have all the meron silang mana burn, kumbaga, para ma-control tong Tuskar, tong Ember, etong Magnus. If ever man magkaroon sila ng clash, kaya kontrolin dito. While the Rubik dito, tingin ko deal breaker dito ang Rubik eh. Kasi ano yung pwede nakawin? Pwede mo nakawin yung Blinding Light, pwede mo nakawin yung second skill neto ni Witch Doctor, and especially yung Death Ward or yung isa sa mga magagandang disable, which is yung patalbog-talbog. Pero ayun nga, mga kaibigan, Alchemist dito ang pinili ng Clutch Gamers, and Entity Esports will go for that Weaver. Justin Weaver. Ay, wag dito. Okay lang. So, ayan mga kaibigan, nandyan na si Tito natin, Wolf. Ayun. So, ayan, I am Butters, mga kaibigan, from Mineski TV, at kasama ko ngayon si Wolf. So, ayun na nga. Team rundown tayo since andito na rin naman tayo.
Sa Entity Gaming, you have Palsus, kanyang Rubik, Zeal with a Tusk, Blizzard with the Weavers, 50, Ember Spirit, A35, Magnus.
And nandito naman tayo sa side ng CG. It's Fly Solo on the Keeper of the Light, Abing on the Troll Warlord, Hana, and Amp on that Axe. Amp naman, ang Boombox on that Witch Doctor, and Armel as the Alchemist. So, ayan mga kaibigan, hindi tayo medyo umabot sa draft eh, pero analyze mo na lang, Wolf, kung ano yung tingin mo.
Well, very surprising dito, Tusk. Sa mga bumabalik na heroes. I don't know what's their plan, but I think with sustained, parang pwede niya kasing iligtas yung mga heroes under, kunwari call, using his snowball.
Well, sa totoo lang kasi, di ba kahapon napapag-usapan natin, naglalaro tayo, kung bakit hindi pumapasok si Beastmaster sa isang sa competitive meta ngayon. Well, kasi kung nababasin nyo ngayon mga kaibigan, yung mga skills po kasi ngayon is dapat AOE, mabilis sila mag-online, kumbaga. One dagger, yun lang ang kailangan nila. They could go for those initiations sa sobrang ganda. Kaya nga po napipili ngayon ng Enigma, ang Magnus. Si Tuskar kasi, yun yung mga ito yung mini AOE na kaya niya magsama ng 5, kaya niya kontrolin, kaya niya manligtas. With the Ice Shards, meron siyang yung kumbaga yung mga solid na pan-damage sa mga heroes. Definitely. Especially with that Walrus Punch. Pero yung Walrus Punch kasi dito mga kaibigan is parang consolation na lang eh. Ang tatlo kasing talagang maganda dyan, para sa akin ang pinakamaganda dyan yung third skill eh. Yung ano to?
Shard. Yung Ice Sigil.
Ice Sigil. Ayun yung pinakamaganda para sa akin. Yung Frozen Sigil, mga kaibigan. With that movement slow and attack slow, tignan mo naman.
Attack slow is the most important dito kasi
kung yung Alchemist in the mid game, yung Troll Warlord, mahuli mo niyan, they have the attack speed. Ang problema, yung movement speed ba maapektuhan? Hindi naman. So medyo mahirapan sila dito kung ma-micro or magamit ng maayos.
Makite sila.
Etong Frozen Sigil.
Yep. And that's true. And with a Weaver then, it's a one way to kite around yung Troll Warlord, the Alchemist. Although you have to be careful. Yung call kasi is a AoE spell, also targeted. At it goes through magic immunity. So, very important dito. At Tusk, support role here. Alam naman natin dati, nung kalakasan talaga ni Tusk, yung tinatawag na tempo controller na support.
Tingin ko malakas pa rin naman siya ngayon. Ang problema kasi is yung dati, yung damage niya is parang ridiculous yung damage
Masyadong
scaling.
malakas,
Masyadong malakas. So ngayon, medyo na-balance siya, nawala siya sa meta. So tignan natin dito, Fly Solo putting that aggressive ward just to see kung asaan pupunta or saan gagalaw etong Ember Spirit ng entity.
Yep, and it actually could spot a lot of rotations from the Tusk, especially kapag nagtago siya dito behind the tree line. Pwede siya makagang sa mid lane. So, this aggressive ward could be helpful para sa isang mid lane alchemist na medyo susceptible sa gang early on.
Ayun nga mga kaibigan, Gemary 7. Ayan, bati portion daw muna. Shoutout daw kay Swarly at kay Yamer. At
Si
Yamer. Hindi kasi Yamer eh.
Yamer ba ba?
Ayoko Jamer eh. Kasi parang gamer lang na gay eh. Oh, di ba? Jamer.
Yamer.
Ikaw si Yamer.
Nakalaro na namin yan si Yamer.
Palitan mo na yung pangalan mo. Hindi ka na si
masabi ko lang,
ikaw na si Yamer.
Kasi si Swarly daw yung tropa niya. Sabi ko, huwag kinalapit na. Uy, early TP dito para kay Merl. Para lang makuha ang dalawang bounty runes. So, very tricky dito. Tama, plus 200, plus 400 gold value nakuha niya. And instant battle yun for an investment only of 1 TP. So,
no, he's actually gonna go for that Iron Talon and a Salve.
Iron Talon Salve. Okay, not bad.
Shoutout to kay Erwin J. Lopez. Pero dito, in the mid lane, I think Armel has the upper hand kung makuha niya yung kukunin niya yung acid spray niya dito. No, that's a no-brainer. Kukunin niya agad yan. If ever kasi na makuha mo yung acid spray and you get stacks or you utilize the jungle efficiently kapag ka ikaw isang alchemist, mabilis na mabilis yan. You can get your armlet very fast. That means magkakaroon ka ng impact in the mid game or even in the early game. Kung magkaroon ka ng unstable concoction, maging sobrang ganda na laning stage mo, you can get 1 level in the unstable concoction, pwede ka pumunta sa baba, just throw the stun. You might get 2, you might only get 1, but dream, believe, survive, starstruck. So yun nga.
And isa sa mga natutuwa rin ako 7.0, although syempre alam naman natin na medyo na nerf yung ancient jungling. Although tricky din eh, kapag nagawa, pwede mo siyang gawin pa rin kung baga napag-stack ka dito, especially with this yung mga ancient camp na malapit sa shrine. So you can actually farm the ancients while taking the shrine. So para para hindi ka mamatay dun sa ancient. So ilan sa ginagawa ng mga pro players ngayon, especially on TA and alchemist. So I guess ito yung something that Clutch Gamers should look into. Actually, ang ginawa nila is nag-ward na sila doon malapit para alam nila kung lagi-stack din ang Clutch Gamers.
Pero kasi paramdam ko dito for Clutch Gamers, being the Filipino team, since you have that alchemist, kailangan mag-step up nung all lanes.
Well, that's
alam naman natin na hindi ibig sabihin alchemist ka, makakuha ka ng armlet mo, malakas ka na eh.
Tama.
It takes 2 to 3 tier 4 items to be very effective, especially in the mid game or the late game. Pero ito mga kaibigan, Hana dito going
Snowball
for that TP, pero Fly Solo, andito na siya. They are trying to get that Rubik. First blood goes to Zeal. And tignan natin, Fly Solo won't go for the chase. And that is first blood going to the side of Entity Esports.
First blood indeed. And napakalakas ng synergy ng Swarm with this right-click hero, the Tusk, and with the Rubik din. At with that with that Snowball, they were able to cancel the TP. So, very good. Pinakaunang gang ng task, kumbaga, successful agad. But yeah, Troll Warlord.
For Clutch Gamers, I think, actually, Axdon was a bit overextending considering that you have this Rubik Tusker dual tri-lane supports na talagang kayang mag-disable sa'yo. And tandaan mo, axe ka lang eh. Kasi in the early game, kung wala ka namang levels, hindi din maging effective yung ikot-ikot mo. Well, you can dish out damage, but the problem is, ilang beses kayo ikot sa isang clash. Ayun kasi yung mga pros and cons ni Axe eh. May mga games na
RNG.
Malay mo may mga game dyan na hindi talaga umikot si Axe ng isang beses. Pwede yun. Baka malay mo pwede yun, di ba? Kasi tandaan mo, chance yun. RNG yan eh.
Yep. Let's talk about Troll Warlord. I think sabi ng mga pro players dito, medyo makakabalik daw siya sa meta dahil dun sa existence ng Helm of Dominator. However, di ba na-nerf naman yung Helm of Dominator? Do you think that Troll Warlord, ano bang playstyle ang nag-fit ang isang Troll Warlord?
Alam mo kasi, Bessie, looking at the meta, current meta, there are Pero yun mga kaibigan, Fly Solo napatay po dito sa off lane and helping Hana out. And siya pa ang napasama. Ito sa totoo lang basic ganito kasi yun eh. Ang Troll Warlord kasi, kung iisipin mo, he's a very good hero. Looking at the heroes right now for the carry position or the mid lane position, you have that Sniper with the Assassinate, the Luna with the Eclipse, even Weaver go support. So kumbaga, ang daming acid spray is there, the armor reduction. So it means if you have a Weaver support or you have a way to decrease yung armor. Sa armor, kumbaga ang daming pwede. You could actually go for a Vengeful Troll. Draw Troll. Ang daming pwede, ang daming possibilities. Physical damage. In terms of physical damage, kumbaga yung battle trance alone can be is enough to actually win you a clash or two. Especially kung hindi handa sa physical damage. Yung physical damage mo, yung kalaban niya. Pero ito mga kaibigan, Zeal, medyo he's trying to snipe out Hana dito. Wala naman.
I think he's just forcing this Axe out of the lane, especially, and he can do that kasi he's a Tusk, and Clash Gamers actually invested on their wards, invested in terms of warding dun sa mid lane nila. So that's why this Axe really doesn't know kung saan napupunta lagi Tusker. So tama ka sa sinabi mo kanina. This Axe medyo nag-overextend siya, and I think that Clutch Gamers should look into knowing kung saan nagro-rotate na yung Axe, yung Tusker ngayon. And yeah, we're talking about this Troll Warlord. And ang problema kasi sa kanya, kung isipin mo, hindi siya yung pinaka-AOE na type of carry kapag nagkaroon na ng 5v5 engagements. So parang kailangan siya may unahin. And he has to be up into the face of his opponents for him to be effective.
Kung tutusin mo nga, Bessie, kung nakikita mo yung lineup nitong Entity Esports, sobrang dami nilang bilog eh. Bilog yung Slide of Fist, bilog yung Rev Ball, bilog yung Snowball. So, meaning
AOE talaga.
AOE talaga sila dito. So, ibig sabihin, ang isang magandang kite na ipakita as a unit, as a team netong Clutch Gamers, kayang-kaya nila pigilan to, especially with that Axe.
I have to agree with that also. But, yeah, ito si Tusker just messing up with the stacks din itong si Keeper of the Light.
Pero ito mga kaibigan, Zil!
Illuminate, but he will dash with a snowball. Still,
that won't be enough.
Hunger will take him down and Axe will secure the kill. And
he actually blocked himself pa. Hindi siya makakatakas doon. At yun yung problema, makakatakas ka na, kaso paminsan talaga, hindi ka lang makamove on din eh.
Ayaw kang ipa-move on. But yeah, I mean, Tusker, ang gusto niya lang naman din kasing gawin is to mess up with the stacks of Keeper of the Light. Nakita nyo kanina, medyo napigilan niya yung 5-minute stacking ng Ancient at isang neutral camp dito sa top lane, sa bottom lane. So, kung isipin mo, effective. Kaso, ipapalit mo ba yung buhay mo para sa isang stack?
Yun nga yun.
So, hindi
si Rafi ba yung Axe? Yes, si Rafi po ang Axe. Ang dating
si Hana
po ng Execration and ng
Rave
daw to.
Yep, Rafi.
Mag-ipon lang kayo. Basta yun nasasabihin namin sa inyo. Mag-ipon lang kayo. Si Jasmine Trias po ba yung Butters? Hindi po.
Nako.
Ewan ko bakit pinipilit yan ni Derek Melo. Derek Melo yan, si Marshmello yan eh.
Oh man. Carmelo
Anthony, pero ito, the shake and bake. Here comes the snowball dito from the Tusker, and I think that will be enough. He gets blocked with the eye shards, and Blizzard will get that kill. So medyo nasa mali na. Nasa mali na naman to si Axe natin.
Yeah, I think after two deaths dito sa baba, he should have learned his lesson. Dahil doon, pangatlong kilo dito sa bottom lane, dalawa kay Axis sa kay Kotel, medyo maganda na ang simula ng Weaver. Although we have to see, mayaman pa ang Troll Warlord in terms of net worth. And Abing, kanina nakita mo kanina nag-usap tayo, siguro napansin din ng mga tao, kung paano mag-last hit tong si Abing. Sobrang na-control nila yung creep wave na meron at least 2 waves noon sa under the tower. Pero he was able to still get all of those last hits using a lot of micromanagement, using his whirling access. So,
pero dito mga kaibigan, Blizzard using that time lapse para makapagbalik siya or masustain niya yung sarili niya sa lane. Hindi kailangan gumamit ng shrine. Pa-shoutout daw kay Austin Legaspi. Shoutout sa'yo, Austin Legaspi. At don't forget to share the stream link, mga kaibigan. That's www.twitch.tv/MineskiTV. share nyo sa mga kaibigan nyo, share nyo sa mga tropa nyo. At kapag na-share nyo na, don't forget to subscribe. It's only $4.99, roughly 200 to 250 pesos. You get access to source quality. You get emoticons. You have access to all past broadcasts, mga kabrody. So, ano pa ang iniintay nyo? Subscribe na.
Subscribe na.
Ayun. Bayad.
Bayad na bayad. But yeah, kasi pag nakita nyo, 1080p quality, sobrang sarap manood. At makakapag-emote ka pa. Kunwari yan, boost yan. Tsaka beautiful. Yan.
Pero dito meron natang bakbakan sa taas. Merong bakbakan sa taas. Witch Doctor dito, boombox.
Pero si Jarakal elsewhere ay medyo kinuha ng Ember.
Ay, nako po, pag ikaw talaga mahilig ka mag-Jarakal, medyo nasa mali kayo.
Maspatan ka talaga.
And the haste rune, mga kaibigan, is there to secure the kill. Flame Guard from Swifty. Good rotations coming out here from Entity Esports. Napakaganda.
Napakaganda indeed. And Ember Spirit getting that solo kill on a very important target.
Hoy! Pero ikaw, huli ka na naman. Pero ito na ang pagbawi ni Rapi. Ito ang pagbawi ni Rapi.
Ramdam ko na. Galingan mo. Ginalingan ba? Ayun na.
May nanalo na. Ginalingan na eh. Pa-shoutout to sa asawa niya watching from New Zealand at sa Mineski Gamers ng Vito Cruz.
What's up?
So ayan, shoutout sa inyo. Tiga dyan lang ako at pagka sapakin nyo na lang ako bigla. Ayan.
Gamery.
Nice.
Gamery 17 with yung asawa daw niya ay nanonood din. What's up sa'yo?
Bus yan. Gusto ko man po i-share kasi baka pag sinare ko makaling ako gamit ng tabo ng tatay ko.
Eh okay lang yun. At least na-share mo, di ba?
Okay lang. At least
magre-reject
pero ito mga kaibigan, Blizzard dito medyo nagkakaroon ng onting
time-lapse is also there.
Pero he goes for the monkey point crackers. Pero Swifty dito goes in with the fire rem. Tignan natin kung ano mangyayari pa. Blizzard dito trying to get the kill. A35 dito is trying to go for that rev fall. And he will get it. Triple kill! Triple Rokira for Swifty dito! Magune! Pasyatot ako, Idol, Wolf, and Butters. Wala ata kayo nung Monday Mineski. Nag-apply po ako. Actually, nandun ata ako.
Oy, nandun ako nun.
Triple Rokira! Pero dito, Armel!
Nako, wala kang armor masyado, Armel. But yeah, Uy, wait lang. Si Abing dito, hinuhuli si Zeal. But Zeal with a very fast movement speed. Windlace and Arcane Boots will close the distance. But, yep. Sino ba itong pink? Si Kotel. Pero nasipatan pala si Kotel ng wards yan.
Ito yung napapansin ko.
Akala mo sinasabi ka sa akin.
Ito yung napapansin ko parang Wolf. In terms of kills, namang Entity Esports dito, in terms of objectives, Dutch gamers actually getting what they want. And para sa akin kasi, you need that Radiance on that Alchemist. Pero ito, mga kaibigan, another rotation going in. Abing dito trying to kill that Tuskar. He will get it, but Swifty dito will get the return kill. Tumba po dito si Jarakal, mga kaibigan. And that is it.
And yeah, he was able to take one hero for parang counter kill na lang. Pakonsuelo na nga lang. Pero that's a support Tuskar. And this Jarakal, ano ba tawag? Troll Warlord pala. This Troll Warlord is still on the top of the net worth, just below the Alchemist. Pero, if you think about it, nakuha lang niya yan dahil nakakuha sila ng Torre. So, I think na that's true naman eh. If you're still taking the objectives, you're still gonna win the game. The only problem is, if you take it not quickly enough, this Ember Spirit might catch up, especially tong Weaver. Nakita natin kanina, Ember Spirit, he has a way to deal with the Troll Warlord na medyo dependent sa miss chance, diba? So, with the magic damage output ng Ember Spirit, he can still blow up this Troll Warlord at any time of the day. So, yun ang nagiging problema dito ng Clutch Gamers.
So, yun, sabi ni Sogi Bear, ano daw ang team magkalaban, Idol? It's Entity versus Clutch Gamers. Pabati daw kay Gadget Box. Nasa conference room daw sila pinapanood ng today's game. HR! Ano ba yan? Nasaan kayo nun, Idol, Butters at Wolf? Nasa baba po kami nun.
Wait lang dito.
Pero ito, Abing! Boombox! Mga kaibigan, pero ito ang kailangan ng Clutch Gamers. Since you have that Radiance, I think it's going to be very easy for Clutch Gamers to take a clash or two.
Yep, and very hindi naman mabilis, pero just right na timing. 12 minutes into the Radiance. They can use this to pressure the map and take map control. Pero si Cotton dito, snowball, pero makataas siya ng konti. Ana will also actually take the call and Swifty, but the damage is there. Pero the Redfall is there, the Redfall! And the death ward
the death ward coming up from the Rubik.
Mabilis
that
to.
is disgusting, mga kaibigan. Pero ito, they will die to the armlet toggle. And the Radiance want to play by Armel. Pero 4-2 exchange favoring the side of Entity Esports.
Yeah, but the goal change will favor yung Entity. Pero still, Clutch Gamers was able to take 3 kills out of the heroics of Armel. Pero I think mas masakit na economic blow yun sa Clutch Gamers. At medyo yung mayaman dito. Ember Spirit, nakita natin so much damage with that Rev Ball into triple Fire Remnant. Pero yung Armlet Toggle ni Armel. Armel Toggle.
Armel Tabios. Kapatid ni Julius Tabios.
Talaga?
Pinedalyon. Shoutouts daw. Ayan, shoutouts sa'yo. Pinedalyon. At kung titignan mo naman, Bessie, kasi looking at that clash, kung i-analyze mo, hindi dapat mamamatay na mabilis si Armel. But dito, Rubik getting that death ward. And nabato niya ng full duration yon. Pinag-aampas si Armel sa mukha at yun ang kinamatay doon neto ni Tito Armel. Tito Armel Tabios. Pinsan ni Julius Tabios.
Magandang synergy rin to with the Troll Warlord. Troll Warlord using whirling access na range to get the miss chance. Tapos meron ka pang Radiance. They stack I think additively nag-stack yung miss chance. So kumbaga, talagang miss niya na ang Clutch Gamers. Ang problema, kapag nakakuha ng Monkey King Bar, itong mga heroes ng Entity, they can easily deal with this lineup.
Ano daw favorite mong Nor Cubes?
Nako. Ako,
basta ako, trip ko, Mineski sinigang. Pag iyong natikman, ubus yan. So, ayan.
Mas maasim pa kay Raging Potato.
Kung meron kayong mga kung meron kayong mga broadcast na gusto panoorin, yung mga pa-shoutouts nyo na hindi nyo napanood na na-shoutout namin, you could go to www.youtube.com/user/mineskitv/playlist. So kung may na-miss kayong isang game dahil nawalan ng internet o nag-brownout sa inyo, pwede nyo manood.
Kaya pag may pasok kayo, pasok muna, tapos tsaka na lang kayo manood sa YouTube natin. At syempre, yung barangay ng Mineski natin, sumali na kayo sa group sa facebook.com/group/esports Pinas. Nandun kami lahat at kami mga tanod nyo at ang ating barangay captain,
si Capdi.
Pero
ito mga kaibigan, they catch out fly solo pero he uses the blinding light. But he will just delay the inevitable ETE 835. Parang flight lang mga kaibigan ng pangalan niya. Will get the kill. So ayun na nga.
Tatlo pa lang pang pamiss nitong Clutch Gamers. Meron pa silang blinding light. So very cheesy kind of draft from Clutch Gamers. Although I think that it will work in terms of getting the objectives. We can see this Alchemist getting the split push pressure against that entity. Tapos ang gagawin lang ni Kotel is to TP out, imamba out lang siya using.
Pero ito mga kaibigan,
snowball again, will it reach the wobble, pero yung shards talaga, lupit. Naharangan, but Armel will just shrug it off actually. May rotation na ito, Rubik, kinuha ang Chemical Rage because why not, diba?
Ang witty ni Mineski TV, usang alamat, legendary deer. Nice! Tama yan. Boss Butters at pa-shoutout sa kapatid kong success. Yung teacher's demo niya, congratulations, Charlene Legaspi. This is only a BO2. Parang WTB 1
concoction, kinakasana, nahuli ni Ember Spirit. Stun ka 5 seconds and he will go down with a Calling Blade.
So ito yung kailangan iwan ng entity.
Tama.
Ito yung kailangan iwasan ng entity. You have the upper hand, you have the kills, you also have
a little bit of map control.
Plus objectives. Ang problema kasi hindi kayo pwede lumaban na isa-isa. Wala kayong capability na ganyan. You need to have that Tusker, that Ember, and that Magnus to actually win a clash. Si Blizzard dito, kahit sabihin mong medyo okay yan, isang
call lang yan.
Isang call lang yan. Blink into call. Matatapos kayo dyan.
Napagod ang pinakita dito ng Clutch Gamers kanina. Use that blink into the Berserker's Call, into that unstable concoction na talagang shutting down this Ember Spirit even though meron siyang magandang mobility. So, magandang synchronization ang ginawa dito ng Clutch Gamers. And that's true. I think that the map control now is favored dun sa Clutch Gamers with this Alchemist getting out of hand. Meron siyang Radiance, meron siyang Boots of Travel, and I think na sunod niyang item dito is the Manta Style.
Sa totoo lang, basic, kung ngayon nakikita ko si Armel Tabius, kung tutusin mo, kanina hindi mo siya maramdaman, pero now he has 16,524 net gold. Yung net worth niya dito ganun nakataas, so alos mahigit mahigit 9K, nasa 8K din. 8K din ang lamang niya dito. Pero yun nga mga kaibigan, Pinoy team po ang Pinoy team ang Clutch Gamers.
Sobrang sakit dito. Even the Axe is gonna go down
pero
to this Weaver.
Please start the dash. He doesn't go for the call mga kaibigan.
Nagamit na niya kanina at yung damage output kasi dito ng Weaver so much. Nakita nyo 200 yung kanyang damage alone with that Empower. Tapos if you take into account yung Deso minus armor and then you swarm, so much damage yan. I think that could hit at 250
pero
per hit. Nakita nyo, grabe.
Napakasakit Kuya Eddie, pero hi daw kay Liza Dian Hernandez. I love you daw, sabi ni Parge Charles. Hindi ako nagsabi niyan, sabi niyan si Parge Charles. Parge Charles.
Yeah, they can push down this tower, although the Keeper of the Light is also actually there to supply the wave clear. But Zil is looking for a kill dito. Blink in. At he won't get the Kotal. So, at least mapupush nila yung tower. Pero ang kapalit mo ang tier 2 tower dito sa top lane. Abing will just TP out of it. And back to farming here.
Ngayong ang frontliner ngayon nila si Armel, pero if things get out of hand mga kaibigan, kahit si Abing magiging problema nyo na in the late game.
That's true. Also with more importantly, kapag nakuha niya yung BKB, ang way lang dito ng entity to control the BKB is actually the ref ball ni Magnus. And I think yung snowball. While response goes through magic immunity. But that's just 1 second of control kay Abing.
Pero that's the thing Kasi when you have the blinding light, both cores dito of Clutch Gamers has a way to evade, has evasion. So, you have that Radiance on the Alchemist, yung Whirlwind access ata dito, pero mahuhuli dito si Fly Solo. Si Fly Solo ang napasama. He uses the blinding light, mga kaibigan. Pero eto, 835 goes for the secure, he will secure the kill. Pero dito, Blizzard, sila pa ang napasama doon. Talagang napasama talaga
pero
dito.
Pero grabe, hindi mo siya nakapag-initiate dito, but he was controlled by Zeal, and there is the Magnus. Rubik will actually kite him and this could be the end. Blink Dagger and Skewer just to secure the kill at napadaan pa ang
What a good rotation coming out from Entity. Well, it wasn't really a good rotation kung titignan mo sa mapa kanina, pero they just went for it. Nandoon yung tatlo, same pass yung titake nila. So, nagkasalubong, and ayun yung problema. Pero dito, Armel, will they try to go for this? Medyo tanky na dito si Armel, kung tatandaan mo. And he uses the Remnant, mga kaibigan. The searing change is there. Pero Abing is here.
But the concoction will actually not hit anyone. He will just go out of this. And magandang mamba out din ang ginawa ng entity dito. It could have been a disaster for them, pero na-avoid nila. So, very good decision making from Entity Gaming not to go for the kill on that Alchemist.
Well, kung titignan mo naman kasi din, yung Remnant kasi na isa nagamit na, and for Entity dito to kill that Alchemist, kailangan nila ng lahat ng resource nila ngayon.
Yung disable sila.
Yung isang Remnant na yun, sobrang laking bagay nun. Kumbaga, kung hindi tumama yun, malamang sa malamang kung hindi nyo gagamitin yung rev pool nyo sa isang tao, hindi nyo mapapatay dito yan.
Yep.
Pa-shoutout na po kay Charlene Legaspi sa Teacher's Demo, and pa-shoutout naman daw kay Hans.
Hans?
I'm like Titi daw, sabi ni Mineski TV. So yan mga kaibigan, 10K gold na po ang lamang sa ang lamang ng Alchemy sa Troll Warlord, mga kaibigan.
Actually, Magnus is the top.
Pwedeng station yun. I'm like TB, Mineski TV. Tapos dagdag bayad na naman. Dagdag bayad. I'm like TB, Mineski TV.
Hindi nila nakikita yung hand signal natin dito
Bayad talaga tayo. So,
Blizzard mo mag-linkin siya dito. Although, ang mabablock lang naman niya, I think, Concoction is a good skill to block, pati yung paralyzing cask. But still, yung call, yung mga main initiation tool dito ng Clutch Gamers, hindi naman mablock siya ng Link and Sphere, but yeah. Uy! Napatay siya dito!
Pero ito, Hana, mga kaibigan, they get that kill on that Weaver, and this is bad for Entity Esports. That means bukas ang pintuan ni Rose-An ngayon. Bukas to.
Bukas ang pintuan, nakaharanayan na nila si Rose-An.
Oy, pero ito mga kaibigan!
Wala, hindi, nag-cancel niya, kinancel niya. Malating is there, but the dust is
and
also there.
Mga kaibigan, medyo nasa mali. Nasa mali ka ngayon, and that means this is going to be an uncontested Roshan attempt for the side of Clutch Gamers.
Kanina yung bintana lang bukas kay Rose-An, ngayon pati na pinto pinapasok na.
Sabi nga ng entrance music ko sa sa Sakita Nights. Buksan mo at papasukin ako. Ayun.
Yun na nako. Abing will get that Aegis. And actually, pwede ba nila itong ibang tulak? Troll Warlord, mayroon na siyang BKB dito. At di ko alam ba't naka-QL ang kanyang BK. Ano ba to? Ay, SNY mo ka.
He's going for that SNY. And it's one of those things na pwede mo i-debate eh. Should you go for damage kapag ikaw ay isang Troll Warlord? Or should you go for stats?
Yeah, parang mixture of stats and damage. So yeah, it's pretty debatable, I think, I think nasa playstyle na lang din. Kasi, syempre, kapag pinili mo ang ganitong build-up, gusto mong tapusin ang game before the 30-minute mark. Kasi napakalaking investment niyan at hindi naman niya nag-upgrade. Although, I have to say din naman na ang SNY ngayon ay medyo na-buff. Yung lesser main chance ay tumaas, pati yung main din ay tumasin yung chance. Tapos yung slow din ay also increased by I think 5% from 30 to 35% na ang slow na napoprovide ng main. Although I don't think na it matters so much against a Weaver and Ember Spirit na hindi naman naglalakad.
Hold that thought, mga kaibigan. Fly solo dito.
Oy, grabe ni Refol agad.
Isputify, mga kaibigan. Pero Fly solo dito goes for the blinding light. Pero Armel dito.
Oh, no. It's a disaster. Keeper of the Light just surviving with Ogre Club and Point Booster. Bayad na bayad tong dalawang items na to. Tapos sakto pa yung blinding light after the duration of the rev ball.
And that means
pero Hana will not catch anyone.
They're gonna go for this. Pero Hana going into deep. Wala siya nahuli sa coin. Unstable Concoction is there. Pero the snowball hitting Hana dito. Armel trying to fight this. Trying to save his teammate. Pero he will go down. Armel, pinagpapalo niya mag-isa. Tingnan mo, bully.
Pinaglalaroan dito.
Apat ang tumatakbo kay Armel dito.
Hindi niya magamit. Oh no, hindi niya magamit ang kanyang Concoction and that will stun him.
And Blizzard dito will go for Boombox. The Manalik is there. Snowball dito.
Dito na si Abing. Batay agad yung Weaver. Oh no.
Pero that means mga kaibigan, Stoned. Stone Cold is Stoner.
Rubik.
He will die, and that means they still have the ages. They still have everything. So that means
walang buyback si Weaver.
A high crown siege dito.
Grabe, sobrang bilis no. Parang nagda-drums dito si Armel eh. But yeah, nakita mo
that is the power of the Battle Trance.
Battle Trance and the Berserker Rage. So much damage, and this is a set of racks. 19 seconds pa bago magising uli ang Weaver. And after that, wala pa silang rev ball.
Yes.
Mind you.
Yes, ayun nga, sasabihin ko sana kanina, nagkaroon na ng onting away. Magnus committed the rev ball dun sa KOTL. He didn't get the kill, so that means that was a bad investment talaga.
Very bad indeed, and he also died there. And Abing dito, taking down this shrine. 7.02 update allows players to take down the shrine even though meron pa tier 2 tower just by taking down at least one tier 3 tower. So this is a strategical location going down for Entity Gaming, and grabe yung snowball out of control ng Clutch Gamers dito. And I think Entity sobrang sunod-sunod yung kanilang outplay. Kanina yung Rubik.
Si Direct Blood ito. Si Direct Bloody. Vision, ano tayo?
Ay, sige,
Tingnan natin yung, pakita
map
natin
control.
yung map control. Let's look into tingnan natin yung map for Clutch Gamers. Kita nyo, they go for that Roshan, they go for those Roshan wards na makakapag-secure sila. Pero hindi na nga kailangan actually yan Kasi nung kinuha nila yung Roshan, tumbay yung Weaver, tumbay yung Magnus. So dito, they will try to end the game. Ano bang pwede gawin dito ng entity?
Well, they still have the Rev Ball. This is a very game-changing na ultimate. If they use correctly, I think na kailangan matutunan na din ng entity dito na mali yung ang ginawa nilang engagement kanina. Although that's still very tricky, I think that Clutch Gamers could be ready for a Rev Ball.
Pero just go for the tower, mga kaibigan.
Abing actually going down here.
Abing
he will go down
the Aegis be popped. The Aegis is popped. Walang macho dito Walang macho formation dito si Alchemist Pero ito na. And they will just go back. Okay na yan.
Aegis
and I think probably Bessie, they will just go for that shrine.
Yep. Systematic Dota.
I mean, kasi kahit sabihin mong lamang na dito ang Clutch Gamers, hindi man sa kills, pero sa objectives, one good rev poll, mga kaibigan, tatandaan nyo, kung change the game, hindi lang po kasi magic damage, ang damage dito ng Ember Spirit with the Empower, kahit yung physical niya, may dating din.
That's true. And yun yung, ito yung mga classic din Magnus into Ember Spirit draft na pinakita sa atin dati nila, ng Team Secret. Even though na alam naman natin na yung Ember ngayon, focus na siya sa magic, they still can pack up. Kaya pa niya right-click, kumbaga. Masakit pa rin yung damage yan. Even though you think about yung magic damage. So, a mixture of magic and physical damage ito ang ginagawa ng entity. Clutch Gamers, they have BKB now up on Troll Warlord na hindi pa niya actually ginagamit. So, mayroon pa rin trump card dito ang Clutch Gamers. I think na kailangan na lang gawin dito is to slowly but surely take the game. Take the shrines. Actually, they already took down the shrines. I guess ang next plan na lang dito is wait for Roshan. Tapos haranayan na si Roshan dito.
Kung tutuusin mo, paring Wolf, ganito kasi. You can get the Rev Ball in, but that doesn't mean na masama mo yung Keeper of the Light.
Well,
if Keeper of the Light, malayo siya. You can just go for the Blinding Light. Pwede ka. Mapipigilan kayo for a second or two dahil lalapit pa kayo ng onti pabalik. And alam mo yun, yung mga ganong bagay Yung mga ganong bagay kasi kailangan niya ang Alchemist. Patayin nyo agad
Yep.
And 1 second, 1.5 seconds, malamang yung buhay niya bumalik na sa puno kapag ganun ang nangyari sa kanya.
I have to agree with that. Ito na si Armel bullying this tower down.
And mga kaibigan, Armel dito with that Shiva's Guard, with that Octarine Core, papaano nyo wala labanan yan?
Red Ball catches 3 pero isa lang na skewer. Oh no! It's a disaster. Abing galit na galit BKB. He will take down the Weaver. Actually, medyo nakakachik. Pero Kali play.
Two-man call.
Isa pa.
Down. Sana with the dunk, pero they just go for that rocks. Tuskar dito with the buyback. Tignan natin kung ano mangyayari. They go for the top lane, tier 3 tower, and they want to end this game, mga kaibigan. Will CG do this? Swifty dito. Medyo nagkamali na siya sa Serieslink.
Boombox will be aggressively taken down with Swifty, but namatayin din na yung Rubik and actually take down the tier 3 towers and the barracks.
Ay, Bessie dito, they go for
nahuli na bash!
Ganyan ka mga tigas!
Oh, no! Masyado ka magaling. Na-bash na
and GG is called, mga kaibigan. Entity tapping out dito sa game 1 natin. This is a best of 2 series. So, pwede pa po mag 1-1 ang score natin dito. But, game 1, mga kaibigan, goes to the Filipino team.
Yes.
Clutch